Hey, everybody. Welcome. This Tuesday Teaching, and I'm Gina Ruby, your certified health coach and global director. And I really do appreciate you taking the time to be on this. I try to make it as practical and proactive as possible for this next 30 minutes. So thank you for Shane and Susan for being on the call, and Mariana and Carla. Jennifer's calling in right now. Jesse's here. And Carla will be here in just a second. So, I see Jesse's name. I just don't see. Oh, there you are. Okay, so we're recording. We're going to go ahead and get started. Jennifer should be hopping on in just a second. But I want to just remind everybody, I'd like to go around and have each person share a win. So something that went well with your business this week. And then we're going to talk a little bit about sugar, a little bit about soy, and then talk about the folder system, just so you have a pretty good idea of what to do with that. So to start with, can we start with Shane and Susan and just share a quick win, something that went well with your business this week?
Sure. Well, hello, everybody. Yesterday was day one of our 28-day gratitude challenge, and got home from work and just made a bunch of phone calls and Facebooking and messaging and trying to reach out to people and clients, and it just wasn't going well. So I said, okay, well, I've done my 20 new friend requests. I've done my 10 calls, follow-ups, did all my work. And I said, I'm just going to leave it up to the magic of God. And so I went to go read, and I got a phone call from a very excited now client that from Washington, and she is just fired up, and she's got sweet energy, and she's looking to do this thing. So I'm excited for her.
Right on. Great job, Shane.
Yeah, you did. Awesome.
Yeah. I was telling Shane earlier, we plant, we water, we till, and then we let God do the rest. And so it's pretty cool how that he just was like, okay, I've done what I can do. And then voila. So Susan, any fun win for you this week?
Just the same as Shane. I mean, with the gratitude list that we've been doing in the morning time, and the unexpected call that we got last night, after he was, he puts in a lot of work and a lot of effort into the business, and I see it, and I see how much he does. And to see him just sit down and then to read, to relax, and then to make a phone call, and his eyes just light up, and he's like gung-ho and excited. So, I mean, that was something that for me to see him, to be happy like that. So.
Cool. You guys have the.
That's my win, seeing him win.
Cool. Alrighty, Mariana, do you have a win for the week?
Yes, actually my win for the week was really to make the decision to make it work, because I've been so crazy with so many things happening at the same time, and a very, very, very intensive training. So this week was my deadline, so that's why I just sent that to you. And I love the business, I love the product. I've been experienced that for myself. I lost 15 pounds. My target was to lose 10 pounds. I lost 15, yes. So that's my win for now, but I'll have many to share.
Yeah, that's a great win. It's fun. It feels good to be all in. So yay,
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Jesse, do you have a win?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I would have to say my win for this week is my current clients. Just celebrating them and their weight loss and what they're doing with the program, and watching their success, and just how inspiring it is, to see them continue the plan and hit their goals and then some. Like Mariana said, it's like they're getting more than they even signed up for. So that kind of really fuels me. So I would call that a win, because it fuels me to continue to help others have those kind of wins. So I just want to celebrate my current clients.
Yay!
Awesome.
Thank goodness for current clients. All righty, Carla, what's a win for you?
Well, a great win is that I did not eat all the chocolate bunnies yesterday, and the Peeps. And the Peeps are my favorite. So I was really excited, and I still lost weight, and I still went for a walk. So yay me! And the other win was my client Ruth. She lost 8 pounds. She prepared her Easter dinner, and she was so excited and happy to tell me she didn't cheat. She said it was so hard, but she didn't do it. And I said, well, you know, it's not cheating. It's just looking towards the future and your healthy goal. So she was excited. I was excited for her. So that was my win.
Good to hear. Yay, victory over Easter. Okay, and I think,
Yay.
Jennifer, is that you?
Jennifer, yes.
Yep. Okay, what's a win for you?
Well, I think the biggest win for me was just going to the mall with my daughter, and I'm not in the plus sizes anymore. So all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch more clothes to look at. And I just love not having to go to the special section. So that was really, really liberating for me.
Good. And Carla's health coach. So it's pretty cool how those two are kind of doing this together, and they've inspired each other. So great job, ladies.
Yeah, and we have the same circle of influences, and it's so much fun to watch people look at Carla and say, oh my God, what is she doing? And then I can say, well, we can tell you all about it. And it's just been really having 2 of us, and they can see both of us, and you know that everyone's a little different, and how it works, and how you use it, and how you make the victory. It's just really great. So it's fun to have a partner like Carla to really do the teamwork part.
Awesome. And
Jennifer's really awesome.
Dynamic duo. And just word for a teachable moment. It's great that when people ask you what do, you say, well, I'd love to sit down and share with you what I do, rather than saying it's Medifast and rather than saying it's Take Shape for Life. Because they'll hear those words, they'll go Google it, and then they'll go order it on their own, and then, you know, they don't have the support of you guys. So word to the wise, say, let's sit down and I can show you in just a few minutes how amazing this program is and what it involves.
Yes, learned kind of the hard way on that one. And so, yeah, now we have our certain ways of setting it up. And sometimes they'll dance around it, but eventually if we just hold out and not tell them until they sit down, they will come and hear the whole story. And it's been very productive, especially in Carla's end. She's had a lot of success there.
Good. And part of that too is I always say, for me to know what program you would be best fit for, I just need to ask you a few questions, because it might be if they're type 1 diabetic, then they can't do the 5-in-1. They have to do a 4-in-2 and some other meals. So it kind of gives you an out to say, you know, for me to really clarify the program that I'm on and maybe what would be a good fit for somebody, you know, I'd like to just take some time and share that with you. Especially if it's for them themselves. Say, I really want to get a snapshot of your day so I can recommend the best program. So in light of Easter being on Sunday and sugar bunnies, sugar cookies, bunny chocolate bunnies, blah, 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 I want to talk a little bit about sugar, just because we know when somebody crashes and burns on cakes and cookies and ice cream, that's like a major derail of our program. Sometimes when you check in with your clients, they'll be like, oh, I've been really good. And I only had, you know, a sip of Hank's wine, and I just had a sliver of Susie's lasagna, and I had a bite of the ice cream cake. So I've been really good, because they're thinking bites and slivers are not a big deal. But we know with our program, you modify the program, you modify the results. So I always share with my clients, you know, I don't diss them for having, you know, some oops moments if that happened in the past. But I said, moving forward, just realize even 3 croutons on a salad can kick you out of fat burning. So 3 breaded croutons can kick you out for up to 3 days. So once they realize, wow, those 3 little pieces of bread could do that, then certainly the nibble of the lasagna, the little bite of the cake, and the 2 sips of wine are going to kick them out as well. And you know, we always say, when they say, can I have wine? What is our response?
Depends on what your goals are. No.
You want to accomplish.
Yep. It depends on what you want to accomplish. So if they really are serious about their goal, they've got a wedding coming up in June and they want to make sure they fit into their size 6 dress or their size 4 dress, or they want to do a marathon next year and they'd love to lose 80 pounds, then we just say it depends on what you want to accomplish. So the more you stick with it now, the quicker you get to your goal, the quicker we get you to transition, and then the quicker you get to maintenance. So I always say, this is just phase 1. And saying no, there's the pain of discipline and there's the pain of regret. Regret, you're going to be kicking yourself for a week. The pain of discipline, you get through that moment and you're like, I made it. And one of the exercises we give people, whether sugars are temptation or salt or fat, is the stop, challenge, choose. So STC, stop, challenge, choose. So next, when your client is triggered, whether it's afternoons, they always like their 2 scoops of ice cream, or at night, they like their 1 glass of wine. Have them do the stop, challenge, stop, wait, what did I just say? Stop, challenge, choose. SCC, that's what it is, not STC. So stop, challenge, choose. Stop in their tracks, take some deep breaths, get some oxygen to the brain, have a conversation in their brain, okay, eating this ice cream, is that going to get me closer to my goal? No, it isn't. Silly girl, silly guy. And say, okay, so what's the choice that's going to get us to where we want to go? And then make a conscious choice. So stop, challenge yourself, have that dialogue between your brain, take some deep breaths, and then make the choice that's going to serve your goal, not going to deflate your goal. So that would be a good one for Carla to teach your new client as well, in case she gets tempted. We're all going to get tempted somewhere. And so you might as well have that little exercise in your back pocket. So any questions about that, about the stop, challenge, choose? You guys get that?
I have a question. Once they start the nibbling thing and, then it gets bigger, how can you make your client come back, or do you even challenge them or encourage them to come back, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we always want to take them back to their why. What were their top 3 reasons of why they wanted to burn the weight, the excess fat anyway? And that's a conversation you have at the very beginning. Are you on medications? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances? And I always ask people, what are your top 3 reasons of why you want to get rid of this weight? And if they say to be healthier, ask them what healthy means to them. Because for one person, healthier might be get off cholesterol and diabetic medications. And for another person, just be able to walk up a hill and not huff and puff. So they usually say feel better, look better, and be healthier. So really get them to define what's feel better. Well, I have more energy and I can walk upstairs rather than take the elevator. So that then when they start to derail and the sugar monster starts to take over in their mind, you can say, well, remember, you told me that you want to get off your 2 medications, you want to fit back into the clothes in your closet, and you want to be able to run around with your little 3-year-old. So put the onus back on them and say, is that still important to you? Hopefully they would say yes, and say, okay, you can't have both. You can't have those results and be eating sugar. So let's focus on the path that you want to work on. And if it's to get healthier, then say, okay, we're starting over. Our new goal, our new weight is 185, and we're moving to 145, or whatever their goal was. That makes sense?
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Always take them back to their why. If they don't have a strong enough why, they're not going to be able to create a new habit, because the old habit is just so easy and it's so ingrained in our brain. And then, if they say they don't want to do it, say, you know what, timing's everything. If something changes a month or 2 or next year, let's reconnect. Because I always want to make sure I keep that door open and I don't feel weird about, crawling back and eating crow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The second thing I want to talk about is soy. And I'm going to, oops, my cat's at my feet. I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to show you where you can find the soy document. Of course I thought I had it up, and I don't. Here it is. Oh, I'm going to show you where. Can you see this green screen of all these little square, all these guides?
Yes.
You guys see that? Okay. It's on your co-branded website. So you would just go to tools and support on your website. Super easy. And then you're going to go to the left here. The well-being evaluation is now online. So Carla and Jennifer, when you watch this, your clients can take this, the well-being, healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances right online. But what I want to show you are the guides. So you're going to click program guides and then scroll down and it will say soy overview. And do you see that where it says soy, food, and health? You guys, do you see that, Shane?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, cool. So this is a really wonderful soy document that we have. And because there's so much bad press about soy, right? And there is junk soy, just like there's junk vegetables and junk fruit. So, but everybody just lumps everything into soy, causes cancer because there's estrogen in it, when really we know that the estrogen locked into the fat elevates cancer 30 to 50%. Soy is very heart healthy. Our products, for over 30 years, Medifast has been in business and people are getting healthier when they do the program. They're not getting cancer. So it's unfortunate that there's all this bad press about soy, but this is more for you guys to be educated. So it talks about the green bean, and down here, there's phytoestrogen, which is different than the estrogen that's locked in our bellies. So phytoestrogen is actually healthy, and talks about soy and cancer prevention. I just wanted to go to where it talks about isoflavones. So if you read through this document, you're not going to convince an anti-soy person that soy is good. That's not our purpose. But at least it gives you confidence and it gives you education of what you're talking about. So it's so funny because I hear a train. It must be Jesse's house. It'll be at my house in 5 minutes.
Sorry, I forgot to mute. I was going to make a comment about the wellness thing. Just a quick question: when they complete that online, does it go to us as their coach, or does it go to them?
That's a good question because I just got it online. So
Yeah, as long as they do it on your website, it'll go to you. So in my welcome to Take Shape for Life for my clients, what I do is I put that in there if I haven't had them do it yet, and the client profile, so that I can either pass it to Gina or Whitney or Mark, and that way I can help them help themselves. So
yeah, that's a good question. And that's just happened in the last month or so that it's been that transferable to all of us coaches. It was online, but we couldn't get it to ourselves. So good. So anyway, I really want you to read through the soy document when you've got it's like a fast read. It's like just a big 8x11 brochure, 3-sided when it's printed out. And it helps us to know that for the person who might be on the fence about soy, they don't really know, but they've heard bad things about it. And, we have the whey products that they can do, but just say ours is a high grade soy. And it's when you show them before, after, before, after, these people getting off medications, our soy is helping people get healthier. So it's just really unfortunate that physicians who are overweight themselves are not promoting such a healthy option. So did you guys get that? It's under your tools and support on your co-branded website. Just go to the left-hand side, program guides. And there's a bunch of amazing guides there. There's guides for nursing moms, for people with gout. A lot of overweight people have gout. And I don't recall if there's a guide there for bypass surgery people, but I wanted to bring that up super quick because Monique, I believe she has a new client that got their stomach stapled a while ago. And whether it's stapled or the sleeve or complete bypass where they're cutting off stomach, which is so horribly harmful for the body, those clients pre-op and post-op can do our program. And really post-op, when they've cut out half their stomach, they can only eat small portions every couple hours because their stomach is small. So our program is all portion controlled, really healthy nutrients. And post-bypass clients have had really good success on our program. Because as you know, if you know anybody who's had it, a lot of people gain their weight back, which is horrifying because their stomach is only this big. Now they've stretched it out again, and it creates havoc on their whole health system when they get fat again after having part of their stomach cut out. And we need our stomach. It creates different chemicals and hormones. So that's why when they cut it out, there's other health issues that happen too. So if you come across anybody who wants bypass surgery, please say, could you just give our program a try for 60 days? You're going to be amazed at the results. They get to keep their organs and they get to have quicker results. So any questions about bypass or stomach stapling, the sleeve? Okay. And then the last thing I want to teach you or show you is the folder system. Are any of you using the folder system? Shane, Jesse? Okay.
I have never seen that.
Okay, well, it came in your kit. So look in your box of stuff. And what it is, okay, so it has 6. The first one says pre-client. And it might have been slightly updated since I had mine. But I put on here, this is my gold. Because any pre-clients are people you've run into somewhere. Like this one, I met her through another client. So it just says, potential client. This lady works in an office where she works with some other health coaches. So I took some notes down below. I'll keep her in my newsletter and then periodically touch base with her. All these people, when you meet in the grocery line and you meet them at church and you meet them at your kid's soccer practice. Oh yeah, I need to lose 10 pounds. Oh cool, well let me take your contact information and I'll get a hold of you later tomorrow. But put all of that, because I used to have stickies galore and I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm sure, by not having something that's organized like this, written on back of receipts, and then the receipts end up in the trash. So pre-client, this is your gold. It's your data. You want those to go in your database. And then once they become a client, file 1, it says week 1 getting started. And it has all the questions and all the topics that you need to cover with the first time client. This is week 1. Because we know week 1 is critical. If they're not contacted consistently throughout that week, then they could hate the food, they have a headache, they're grouchy, they're hungry, they quit. And we always say call them the first 4 days just to check in, quick check in. And then after week 1, say I'll be calling you every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, between 7 and 8 for our celebration call. Or Wednesday night or Thursday night, whatever night. I recommend pick one night, especially because you all have less than 20 clients. I mean, Shane has more, but even at 20, you can get them all called for the most part 1 night a week. That way you're not all scattered all over the place. Oh, did I call them? Didn't I call them? And we want them to be looking forward to that. It's kind of like a Pavlov's dog. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a call tonight. And they want to give a good report. So that's file 1. File number 2, the good news is it gets basic. This is just their first month. So you're going to put their sheet in here, just transfer the sheets in here. Then when you're on the go, you can take this with you. If you're going to be doing a little bit of a road trip, you can take this file in case you want to call people. I do most of my notes online now. So when you go to the back office, you look for, if I'm looking for Jessie, I'll look up her name and I'll put notes in there if she was one of my direct clients. So I do most of my notes now online, but it's nice to have these files to know what questions to ask, because this is clients learning the habits of health. Gives you a whole list of questions to ask. So, and this is, once you get in the habit of doing this, people aren't going to fall through it's one more way to help people not fall through the cracks. I mean, sending a newsletter, doing celebration calls, but really following this folder system is critical. And I know I've never taught on it before because I just do it on my own, and I realized, this comes in your guys' kit. You need to do it just to stay organized. And then once you've worked with these clients for a bit, you're going to find people that would make a great health coach. So you can actually there's a file number 4, you can put them in here, health coach candidate. You're not going to want to work with every one of your clients as a health coach, but when there's a kind of a rising star, then they go in here. And then there's 2 more file folders. That's for health coach development. We used to only have the client folders, but obviously as we're building businesses and clients, some of them want to become coaches, they added these last 3 folders to keep it organized. Again, it has everything you need to do, the setup, the questions, so that especially newer coaches building their business, they don't have to reinvent the wheel and figure out what.
So I just want to say that this is so helpful, and thank you for bringing it up, because like Shane, I'm like, huh? Where are those? Where did we get those? I'm like, oh my goodness. Organization, hooray. You know, the steps, the process, it's right there. So that's really how I'm literally going to go pull my box out right now and say,
Yay!
how did I miss this?
And there's so much stuff that comes in that box that when you're first learning, you're just trying to take a drink from a fire hose.
Yes.
But really use those client sheets too. The potential client, I don't know if they put that in there anymore, but like this one says health coach candidate. There's client tracker. I think they call them client trackers now, where you really keep these initial notes. And because we got to know about medications and what's their typical day look like, so that as we track it, we're like, wow, you got off those medications. And remember, you say every day at 4:35 you'd get tired, and now you have energy to stay up till 10. So that's what this initial form is great for. You can certainly put it in your back office underneath their name.
Now,
But
are all those forms in the folders?
yes.
They
Yeah,
are.
the good news is, well, it comes with some, but obviously as you have clients, you're going to have to order more, and they're super cheap.
Right.
And if you can't find the folder system, I think it's like $5 or $6 on the back office. But the inside forms, it comes with a few sheets. You can either photocopy them, you can print them off on your computer, or you can order like a batch of 25 for cheap, super cheap. But I see you smiling, Shane. What's funny?
I just, I'm baffled.
As bewildered as me.
I went through my whole kit, and I'm telling you, it wasn't in my kit.
Oh, well.
I don't think it was in mine either. Honest to God. I feel like I would have noticed a file system.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, especially both of you. So look, there might have been a point where they were modifying them, and so for some reason they didn't put them in there. But if you didn't get them, call Health Coach Services and say, hey, I just got a training on the folder system and I didn't have them in my box. Because that should come. I mean, up until now, they've come with the kit because they need to. It's the organization.
Jennifer, did you get that in your kit?
I didn't get mine. I just checked my box.
Aha!
Yeah, I don't have the folders.
Yeah, that's why I made a spreadsheet with week day 1 through 4, and then weekly and then monthly X's in the spreadsheet, so that I could keep track of it. And if I knew there was a file system, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would always
Hey,
help.
Shane, would you share your spreadsheet?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Shane's super duper organized, which is
He is very very
He's a systems guy.
I know.
perfectionist on this.
You guys are lucky. My husband is like that.
I'm gonna have to blank out the
I'm very
names and
lucky.
stuff though. So
Yeah, I mean, if you can just blank it out if you'd like a template.
Yeah, I'm looking right now since we're here.
share screen,
Become a health coach.
desktop 2.
Okay. It used to.
Hey, can you see it?
Oh,
Oh, look at you.
So I have their name, email, phone number on the left side where it's all hidden, right? And then their client ID numbers. Any notes? Obviously, I haven't updated like their start dates and their start weights, but I've been tracking where they're at on the program.
And
that's awesome.
Shane, you know how to put it in your back office as well if you wanted to.
I haven't learned that one yet.
Okay. Well, let me see. I'll go to mine really quick. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, let me go back to where you guys are. And
And I also have a really good client forecast you can use, Jess, to help you forecast where you're really at.
That would be awesome if you could email it, or even if you can do you know how to upload it to the 100 days page? So
Yeah,
that
I'll have to, yeah, I'll have to, yeah, I'll
He'll figure
do you
it
have a
out.
blank one?
say again, yes.
A template, yeah. If not, you could just email it to me and I'll do it. Just so
Okay.
that we can make it readily accessible to everybody because it looks amazing. And I think it would add value to all the health coaches that are on there that are trying to find a system, because there's certain people like you that are just awesome at it and others that are like, I don't know where to start, right? So I love the spreadsheet idea. I'm also a tangible person, so I like the file folders too. So I'm going to play with both. And see, but I definitely need something because I've got a mishmash of notebooks and, and it starts to get too many.
Yeah, I still have that.
Yeah, we saw some of that.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to show you where you can find. Okay, so you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go to contact report. Hit contact report.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I want to go to, Michael Jenkins. Go right here. It comes up. And I would say current weight is 185.
We can't see where you're typing.
Oh, shoot.
No.
Okay. Well, for some reason the screen share doesn't want to do that, but you'll click on this highlighted number, whoever here you're looking for. And when you click on it, a screen will pop up that'll say, Michael Jenkins, address, phone number, email, and then a box that you can put notes in. So, and then it populates today's date. So you don't have to put today's date. You can just put current weight, 185 pounds, is on the program, cruise through Easter flawlessly, and then just click save. So every week that if you post in there, then you can see the whole flow from the latest to from the oldest to the most current.
Is that something that eventually you can actually download so you have a record of your client's progress?
That would be great. Yeah, I mean, that's a suggestion you can always make to Take Shape for Life, because that would be awesome to have a printout of that. Right now, I don't think there's an ability to get those notes. You can do Excel spreadsheets on your clients. Let me see.